Hey everyone, I thought I'd share something that I just found out. And maybe you have this tool in your craft room and maybe you don't, but I was stamping some tags for Christmas. I know Christmas. And I have actually these stamps on a wood mounted block, and I don't want to remove them. I actually prefer to keep the stamp intact like this one in particular. And I'm stamping it on some pattern paper, which is from Frank Garcia. This is the sugar cookie Christmas paper that I don't even know when it came out, but I have it in the 8x8, which has a smaller pattern on it, and I have it on the 12x12 as well. And one of the things I noticed is the ink that I'm using, which is this paper tray ink, Cocoa Bean, is the right color that I want, but sometimes it doesn't stamp dark enough. And you guys know, yes, I could unmount this and put this in my MISTI, or I could cut the paper down and put it in my MISTI. I do know that, you know, this is a 12x12 piece of paper, so it's not going to fit in my regular MISTI. I'm not buying another one because I don't like the tool to begin with. But I do have a 12x12 stamp platform, but I don't want to get it out just for this. So here's what I came up with. I didn't use this sheet of paper because this tone is a little bit darker, it seems, than the 12x12. The 12x12 looks lighter to me, so I want you to be able to see the stamp. And then I'm going to die cut it. That's the reason why, whoops, that is the reason why I don't want to cut this paper, because I just want to be able to stamp where the stamp is, and then I can put the die cut shape over, center it over the actual stamped image. So that's my plan. And I do have a big die cutter, so I can put the 12x12 piece of paper in there. So rather than getting my stamp platform out to do this, I'm using these are MISTI corners, which is a much cheaper tool than, let's just say, the actual MISTI. And these, I have 3 stacked up, and you probably don't need 3, but you probably do need more than 1, because you know those stampamajigs, you know what those are, right? They're not magnetic, but these are. You can take your stamp, put it up into the corner, and get it in the place that you want every single time, okay? And I'm using this We Are Mema Creepers magnetic cutting mat. Magnetic cutting mat, guys. So this will stick to that wherever it's placed. You see that? So I have basically taken 3 of these, because I had purchased more than 1 set. Because usually you like at least 2 for the corners, right? 1 for opposing corners. I just stacked them all up because they're magnetic, and placed my paper down, decided where my next stamp was going to be. I have to leave room for the next one, and then just placed it, you know. And the other thing too is that you need to make sure, obviously, your stamp doesn't go over the edge of the pink mat. But this works great because, again, I'm not going to place this all the way down. If for some reason your stamp is lighter than you want, like this one right here, you can stamp it exact same place with the corner, because you just butt your stamp all the way up into that corner, because it is a right angle, and stamp it again. So I'll show you, because I'm finding that even though I'm thinking that I'm giving equal pressure to my stamp, I may not be. And sometimes it's coming back a little bit more faint in some areas. So rather than scrap the whole thing, I'm stamping it again, and I figured out how to do that by, again, taking the rubber stamp and butting it up into the corner like that. And then I'm pressing down. And sorry if my camera's wobbling, it's because it's connected to my desk. And so there's that first stamp. I'm gonna lift it. And so it's a little bit lighter, right? I want it to be very legible, because the pattern of the paper is not, you know, is kind of coming through, but of course I want the pattern because it's really cool. And let me ink it up again. And I will be stamping again in the exact same spot because my magnets are in the same spot. I haven't moved them. All I have to do is take that stamp, put it in that corner, press down again, and it is in the exact same spot that it was in before. Again, giving it a good press all the way around. Hopefully I get a better image now because it should be darker. And there you go. You can see that it is a little bit darker than even this one is right here, and it's a little bit more legible. So if I wanted to do it again, I could just, again, you just bring it back into that same corner, and any residual ink that's on your stamp should stamp again, and you don't get double lines if it's in the, you know, right up in that corner there. So I thought I'd share that with you, and now I can just remove this and then take my die to my die cutter and die cut out my tag. So that's my quick share here. I hope you find it useful if you have any of these tools in your stash. Cheaper than an actual Stamparatus. Obviously you'll need to find that magnetic mat, but I know they're even selling glass mats that are magnetic now, so keep an eye out for those. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.